Hello, my name is Yiru Chen. I'm a horticulturist with the Queensland Department of Agriculture and Fisheries. This video is one of two short videos dealing with regraphing monitoring data. This one shows you why you should consider regraphing, while another video shows you how to regraph data using Microsoft Excel 2013. Regraphing temperature data allows exporters to analyze and make decisions about changes to supply chain management with partners. This is the first video in our two-part series on regraphing temperature data and explains why regraphing is useful. There are at least 4 good reasons outlined in this video on why you should consider regraphing temperature monitoring data. This is despite the fact that almost all temperature loggers provide automatically generated graphs. These are either in a PDF file or presented on manufacturer's website. However, these graphs have got a number of existing limitations, reducing their value to make effective decisions about improving the supply chain. The first reason to consider regraphing data is most graphs don't link the time to the steps in the supply chain. You may have realized that most automatically generated graphs do not indicate the steps or locations at which temperature breaches occurred, so you have no idea at which supply chain stage that your commodities are exposed to less than ideal temperature. Regraphing temperature data allows you to insert comments into the graph on critical logistic steps in the supply chain. Inserting these labels will help you to better interpret the graph or data. The second reason to consider regraphing is it's often valuable to compare data from 2 or more loggers. Most automatically generated graphs display the data from only one logger. When you have data from loggers in different locations in one consignment, it's hard to easily compare them. Downloading each dataset and regraphing enables you to generate one graph with multiple plots. This can help compare temperature differences across the load and between consignments. You can also estimate the time delays of one part of the consignment reaching the same temperature of another part of the consignment. The third reason to consider regraphing is some graphs are hard to read because they include data when the logger wasn't in with the consignment. Automatically generated graphs from both PDF files and manufacturers' websites will display all data they collected. However, these always include data before logger insertion and after logger removal from the consignment. This irrelevant data often makes graphs interpretation difficult, making it harder to see the details of the actual consignment conditions. When regraphing, you are able to keep data that are useful and delete data that are irrelevant. This often means you can readjust the axis to better examine the cool chain history. The fourth and final reason to consider regraphing is automatically generated graphs can sometimes present the date and time data in an unfamiliar time zone or without date, time, and temperature data. For example, 4:04:12 a.m. UTC. 9.8 degrees. Some graphs present only date without time or minor grid lines to reflected portions of a day. These all make it hard to identify a specific time on the graph between grid lines. Regraphing the data allows you to change the time zone to a local one and set the date and time intervals to a more recognizable and local format. So there are at least 4 good reasons to consider regraphing monitoring data. Please refer to the For More Information slides in the credits for a link to a regraphing template or a how-to regraph video to make the process easier.